Hi guys, welcome back to the Sarah K Knits podcast, episode 8. It's been quite a while since I filmed, since before I went on vacation. I have 4 finished objects, 1 lonely whip, and a few acquisitions. So let's get into it. All right, so my first finished, can't speak already. We're not off to a good start. My first finished object is this hat, and it is out of Yarn Cafe Creations Biscotti DK. Sorry, my notes are down there. And I forgot the colorway. I don't have the colorway written down for this, but this is the Spring Ahead beanie. It's looking a little short. Hopefully when I block it, it'll get some good stretch. But this is going to be a Christmas gift. All of my finished objects today are Christmas gifts. I don't know if you can tell, but there's this like ribbing kind of pattern. And this is where I was last episode. I think I had just finished the ribbing. So I got all of this done. So that is finished object number 1. And look at my Halloween nails, little spider webs. I think they're cute. I don't know if you can tell, but I have a candy corn nose ring in. My husband absolutely hates it. I told him he doesn't get to pick what I put in my face. Next finished object is another hat. This is, again, the Yarn Cafe Creations Biscotti DK. I kind of used a pattern for this and kind of not. It's very loosely based off of the Create Your Own DK hat or something like that. But this is the colorway Mascara. I did have that written down. And if you can tell, this one is longer. I should have made that other one longer, but hopefully it'll block out. And this is going to be a gift for my brother-in-law. I was supposed to do more decreases at the top, but I got sick of it. And I just, as my friend Caleb would say, butthole it. Just loop the yarn through all the remaining stitches and pull it tight. I don't think anybody's going to be able to tell. My brother-in-law is pretty tall. He's probably like 6 feet tall. So who's going to be looking at the top of his head? Not me. So that's 2 hats and 2 pairs of socks. This pair I showed you last time. This is Desert Vista Dye Works Shrek the Musical colorway. I don't really recall, but I think I had 1 sock done and I was to here on the 2nd. So I finished that. I finished these. It was in September. These are a gift for my aunt for Christmas. And then last finished object. They're not looking great because I don't have sock blockers that are big enough. But these are some socks for my father-in-law, DK socks, Yarn Cafe Creations. The main color is Hot Fudge Brownie. The toe is remnants from that first hat. And again, I don't know the colorway. These are large sock blockers, but you can't really tell. They just look crappy because they're for a US men's size 13 foot. So they're absolutely massive. But I don't think he'll care. I knit this entire pair of socks continental style. I am an English knitter, I'm a thrower, but I really wanted to get comfortable with continental or picking for when I feel adventurous enough to do 2-stranded color work, because everything that I've seen is the best way to do it is to throw one color and pick the other color. So I forced myself to do this whole pair continental style. And surprisingly enough, my gauge is way, way, way looser continental style. You'd think it would be tighter. Learning a new style, like beginner knitters are really tight, but anyways, it made the socks go faster because the gauge was really loose and they're gigantic socks. So yeah, they're not the prettiest thing I've ever knit, but let's be honest, he's gonna wear them in boots. Nobody's ever gonna see them except for him, and they'll keep his feet warm. So that is it for finished objects. I have 1 lonely whip. I do have my corner to corner crochet blanket. I've done like 2 rows on it, so it hasn't grown. I'm not going to show it. I was working on the Breath and Hope shawl by Casapinka, and I got so frustrated with it. It was my first color work project. I wasn't liking the way it was looking. It kept having to rip back, and I just frogged the whole thing. And I'll just take it as experience gained. That was supposed to be a Christmas gift, but I was hating it so much. So I have started another shawl it was going to be for my mom. So this one will be for my mom instead. And I just started it today. So it is itty bitty. This is in Dragon Horde yarn. And the colorway, what is the colorway? Hold please. I have it here somewhere, I swear. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I don't know what the colorway is. If I remember, I'll put it down below, but I probably won't remember. But it is their Myth fingering weight base, which is 75/25 merino nylon. And a pretty green color that I don't remember the name of the color. Maybe something about potions. I have no idea. But it's teeny weeny. It's a one skein shawl, so it should go pretty quick. And the pattern is the Antarctis by Janina Callio of Woolenberry. So nice lace open, pretty shawl. I think my mom will like it. It's a paid for pattern, but hopefully the picture is not really giving too much away. So yeah, that's my one lonely whip. Maybe next episode when it's finished, I'll have the colorway name for you guys. And I'm gonna move over one of my markers so that I can show you the progress. So yeah, since I've last talked to you guys, I have finished a hat and knit a whole nother hat and finished a pair of socks and a whole nother pair of socks and started this shawl. I went on vacation. I went to Florida. My husband didn't let me bring my knitting to the parks like I thought he was going to, so that was sad. I didn't get a whole lot done, but I had some airplane knitting. And then I meant to film like a week ago, but I've just kind of been getting my bearings back after traveling, working, all that sort of thing. I had kind of a little promotion at work. Yeah. So lastly, I've got some acquisitions. Last Thursday, I went to Knit Group at Smitten Yarn Co., which is my local yarn store that I love, and I always link them down below. I got 2 skeins of yarn. I got this beautiful Malabrigo Machida, which is 100% superwash merino. I think it's a single ply, I'm not sure. It's the colorway Ursula. I have 2 of these already, but they told me they're not getting any more of this in, and I decided I needed to bring one more home. So it'll go over here with the rest of them, and it'll eventually be a shawl someday in the very distant future because I have so much Christmas knitting still to do. And then I got this for another men's hat. It is a 80/20 merino and viscose from Bamboo. Sueño by Haiku is the name of the yarn, and the colorway is Mud Puddle. I think that'll be a nice hat for a man, and it is a DK weight yarn. Pop it behind me. Then I got Artistic Yarn by Abby has like a yarn box subscription. I signed up for like 3 months, I think, every other month, just to try it out. This was my last box. I may sign up again in the future, but I have so much yarn, and I get Yarnable that I really don't need anymore, so I'm not gonna keep signing up for now, but I do enjoy the yarn. So it came with this pretty basket. It is the fall box. And it came with this full skein, which is Happy Harvest stripe. Cute little jack-o'-lantern stitch marker. And then a mini skein in butternut squash. And some candies. There was more candy than this, but I gave some to my husband. So there's that. And then last but not least, I ordered from a shop on Etsy called Yarn Loving Lady. Her name is Lisa. And she had a really pretty Christmas colorway that I wanted to get. I do have Halloween colorways that I'm waiting for that I ordered like 6 weeks and 10 weeks ago, and I'm kind of upset that they're still not here. Hopefully I'll get at least one in time to knit some Halloween socks for this year, and the rest will have to be for next year. But I didn't have any Christmas yarn yet. I wanted to order early because I didn't want to have to wait for months, like for the Halloween yarn. I did know that the turnaround time was going to be long, but from both dyers, we are like 3 weeks over what the longest end of the stated turnaround time was. So had I known that, I probably wouldn't have ordered because I wanted it for Halloween. But that's beside the point. I got 2 skeins of beautiful yarn by Lisa. One is the Christmas colorway, and then one I just couldn't resist because I was ordering anyways, and it was pretty. So she sent a little thank you card, and it says, please share. I'd love to see your projects with these. So I'll find her on Instagram and maybe tag her whenever I get around to knitting with them. But it's both sock yarn, surprise, surprise. Yeah, Yarn Loving Lady, hand-dyed yarn by Lisa, luxury hand-dyed yarns on Etsy. I'll link below. This is the colorway Plumeria. Just gorgeous. I'm a little nervous about the white, but I'm hoping it'll be speckly enough with these that the white won't be too big of a problem. It is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 100 grams, 463 yards. Really soft for a 75-25. It feels more like an 80-20 or an 85-15, if you know what I'm talking about, where the yarn is kind of like plump and you feel less of the nylon. Nice and soft. I can go in my pile of socks to be knit sometime in the very distant future. Oh, and that had a cute little kitty stitch marker on it, but I'm not going to pull it back out. And then last but not least today is the pretty Christmas colorway. And it is called Ho Ho Ho. And again, 75-25, 100 grams of fingering weight yarn. Super squishy. Gorgeous. It looks like, I mean, a candy cane, but what it reminds me most of is like old-fashioned ribbon candy. If anybody ever gets that, growing up, I had neighbors in their 80s, and they would give us these beautiful boxes of old-fashioned ribbon candy for Christmas, and it tasted horrible, but it was really pretty, and it was really sweet because they were really nice people, and I miss them. They used to, we shared our dog with them. They would babysit him during the day and take him for walks and stuff, and take him to the vet sometimes. They absolutely loved it. And we would take him home at night and take care of the bills and all that sort of stuff. So they got to love on our dog Buddy for a long time. So yeah. Anyways, tangent. Beautiful Christmas yarn. These will be knit this year. I can't say that for the rest of everything I've showed you today. I feel like I'm always a rambly mess. So if you stuck around to the end, thank you for dealing with my crazy. Today's episode 8. For episode 10, I have a giveaway with a double knit sock blank and the 52 weeks of socks hardcover book. So subscribe if you haven't already and stay tuned for that. I don't know when I'll be back. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, who knows. I wanted to do an every other week schedule, but I got too much going on. I take 6 hours of dance classes a week. I knit, I work, I volunteer for the Red Cross. My life is crazy. So I guess I will just say I'll see you when I see you. And thanks for tuning in. Bye.